Can you speak here? Ah, oké. Ja, hier kun je wel praten, of niet? Harry.
I
Okay.
can.
Then,
But
before we actually get into the qualifying, okay. First off, welcome to the new season of 2D F1. This is season 3. We currently have 6 drivers who will be participating in this particular race. Before we actually get into it, I'm going to give you a quick track guide. Give me a second, actually. That's technical issues. Never mind. The track guide will be there for the next video. I'll walk you through the track guide then. But this stream will be the first of hopefully many where we're going to be looking at the F1 game. And this league, we'll be following it closely, and we'll be seeing how all the different drivers are doing. Yari, are you excited? Hell yeah, bro. Okay. Yari and I both participated in this league last season and managed to grab second place as a team. So that was pretty good. We got second place, yeah, in the constructors. As you can see right now, though, well, spectator menu, track map, got to actually get the real track map out there. We can see that Stijn is first person out of the gate. He will be starting the qualifying session with his lap. For the people who don't know how qualifying sessions work, Yari, would you like to explain it to them?
it's that simple.
Yeah,
They they will do their best, and then afterwards the fastest person gets to start in the front row, and that's the best advantage to win the race most of the time.
That seems about right, yeah.
Yeah, we will see who will get first.
They have 18 minutes to set down the fastest times, and then depending on who set what time, and the first fastest will start from first place, second fastest will start from second place, and so on, all the way down. As Stijn actually starts his fastest lap, so we can actually try and see what he's doing. Takes a good line into turn 1, takes a very good line over the curve out of turn 2, and he's down the straight out of turn 3, heading towards turn 4, trying to see how he'll do. Brakes correctly, nudges the inside of the corner there, very good, and he completes sector 1 with a 28.9. That's pretty good. We're gonna have to see if that can be beaten by anyone else a little bit later, but he's currently the first one on his lap. As we go to another driver, we see behind him, we're currently following Exquesta, who's still on his out lap. So since that's an out lap, we don't really need to look at that right now. So instead, let's go back to Stijn. He's going back down the main straight. Not main straight, the back straight. What is this actually? Middle straight, Yari?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know?
No, I wouldn't know. It's just the second DRS sector. So
the second DRS sector. Yeah. Would you like to explain what DRS is exactly to the viewers?
Yeah, it's the drag reduction system. It's where you will see it probably when people go for start finish most of the time, where the back wing opens up, and they
we'll see it here on Stijn's car, I think, as he hits it around about now.
Yeah,
there you see.
And now he has less reduction, and that means they can go just a little bit faster, which does increase the top speed, of course, and then increases your chance to overtake them. But this is an interesting track because in the race you will see people fight for like corners 1 and 2 with DRS, but directly afterwards there's another DRS. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting if they who will get ahead of the second DRS, because after that, that's the place where you can make your distance.
Very, very true. You'll see people actually letting others ahead of them to get that DRS down the straight. I see Tijn going slowly, but I feel like he might have just finished his lap and letting the person behind him through. Very good etiquette. So you see Amund goes back into the pit, not completing his lap, meaning he probably thought he didn't have the time in him. Exquesta going through the end of sector 1 now. We're seeing, hopefully, he'll finish off this lap very well.
He has the fastest sector 1 so far.
Oh, that's very good. Oh, as we see him coming. down into turn 10. Very tricky corner, very easy to mess up, but he seems to have nailed it. Now, last season, the drivers Floris, Stijn, and Exquesta were all up there. Floris actually winning the title last season, currently defending champion, and you see that as well in the little lead that he has at the top of the table. Where the rest of these drivers all very much could be in it. It's just Floris was slightly more consistent last season. You see that Exquesta's going down the back straight. I think this could very well be a very interesting race, seeing as we have some very good drivers in there, and I think we'll see a gap forming between the top 4 and then the other 2 slightly further down the line. But for the rest, Exquesta coming over the finish line, and where will he slide in? Oof, a little bit behind Shorsa even. That's not fantastic, but that's okay. As we see all drivers kind of coming back into the pit lane now. Shorsa is coming back, Stijn is coming back behind him. And we see Stijn and Floris already back in the pit lane themselves.
Yeah. We gotta keep our attention on the drop table for now. He's on the outlap right. So soon he will try to put it in his first lap, actually. Because he abandoned his first one. And see if he can maybe even get into the top 3. Because that's still pretty close.
That is, yes. Being able to get into that top 3 is vitally important, as it gives you that run down into the first corner, which is a very important one. On the first lap, a lot of changes can be made, and people can gain or lose positions very quickly. As I am going to try and see if we have positions. We absolutely do have sound. So QQV. SOO, it is on your end the fact that you currently do not have sound. I think Exquesta is coming around, finishing his lap, trying to come back into the pits. As we see, interesting from a lot of drivers, they are staying in the pits. Often what you'll see is they'll try and do 3 runs. They'll do 1 run really quickly, then they'll go out again, do the 2nd run, and then they'll go out and do the 3rd run immediately after. Yeah, problem is no one's actually going out right now. Wonder why that is. Oh, as we see a driver actually exiting the pits. I wonder who that is. Oh, Exquesta coming back into the pits there. Who is that? That seems to be Stijn de Wit coming out. Ready to start his next lap. He's going to be on his out lap. As we see, I think that Amund might actually be on his flying lap. Oh, that looks like a driver who's on their flying lap. Okay.
Yep.
Goes a little bit wide. And takes that corner correctly. Brakes a little bit late, overshoots the corner completely. That's not what you want to see when you're trying to get a fast lap time.
Nope.
No. But he takes corner 10, goes a little bit wide there as well, but that's okay. Opens up the DRS and he'll be going down the straight in sector 2. I think he might be able to. Let's see how he takes this corner. Okay. Misses the apex by a little bit there. Then turns in. Takes the next corner, the sweeping left into right. Very fun to take, but a little bit tricky to get right.
Really close there for him.
But as we see him, he will be coming over the line quickly. Now, will he be able to actually make it over the line and get a time better than Exquesta, keeping himself from being relegated to that 6th position? Or will we see him come into the pits right now? No, he will finish the lap. And that is a 1:33.9. That is a full 2.7 seconds slower than the next person. Not fantastic. But as we see, Stijn warming up his tires. He's on his out lap. Oh, goes a little bit wide there. It's sector 1. I think someone is going slowly in sector 1 as well.
He's going to line him up. Line himself up.
Lines up.
There he goes.
And here he goes. Ready. As we see him going downstairs, we're going to be in first-person view for this entire lap, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's actually try and get his telemetry as well. Okay, as you see, 3rd gear, 4th gear. Gets up to 4th gear very late. Normally you get into 4th gear very quickly there already, but down the straight, hitting 300 kilometers per hour for braking right before the 50-meter line. Then hitting that curve, just nudging it a little bit. There's a good exit, not too much wheel spin. Takes these corners, applies a little bit of brake. That left right again, sorry, that right left, very satisfying to take if you do it correctly. That corner taken very well. Very easy to mess it up. But this, corner 10, the hardest corner on the track. Will he actually make it? Will he do it correctly? You need to take a wide line into it so you can turn in and just nudge the inside of the corner. Very well done. Could have been slightly better, but very well done if you want to put in a good lap. Now, what will he do here? He's ready. Oh, that's good. That's good. Again, hitting the apex, making sure that he has the traction to keep going down this very fast left into right. Then, again, just nudges the inside of the corner. He had to lift for a little bit there. You can hear it in the motor as well. And now, down the back straight. Important to get a good launch out of this last corner onto the straight. So you can set down a good time. And we see him hit the DRS as well. Opens that up. And that is a new time to beat for the rest of everyone. So, it's going to be very interesting to see how others try and do that. Flo is still in the pits. Stein, however, is on his flying lap, and so is Shores. Yeah, what do you have to say about that lap?
I mean, it was a well-balanced lap. He did very well. But Stein just takes it away from him.
By 0.07.
I mean, you can see these guys have leveled up since last season.
A little bit, yeah. I remember last season we were all doing 130s. But this seems to be everyone really sobering up and putting their foot down. But now let's go to Shores, who is on his lap, rounding out, going round the bends. Alright, exiting sector 3. And
he's down a bit.
He's down a bit. Oh, that's not very good. He might be down a bit, but that's okay. As Esquestas starts his flying lap. As well, heading around that final corner. He's going to open up the DRS right there. And does not actually improve on his time. So instead, I don't know. Do you think Tijn was doing a new lap straight away, or is he heading towards the pits?
I think Tijn might be just doing his lap back to the pits.
He is, and as he approaches the pits, we will switch back to Esquesta, who's actually on his flying lap. Oh, okay. Hits the brakes there. Again, just taps that inside corner and goes a little bit wide. That's going to cost him a lot of time. When you hit that rumble strip on the side, you cannot put your foot down as quickly as you would like to, because you do not have the grip. And here again, you saw Tijn nudge that line. Esquesta does not. He has the DRS now, though. And he's going to go straight forward. He's being let through by I think that's Flores. So that's very nice of him. Good etiquette.
Yeah, Flores and Drop Table on the outlap right now. So they just let him through. It's gonna be interesting. Maybe Drop Table can get into the slipstream of Flores to get a real nice lap, because he needs to catch up to these guys. They are quick.
They are very quick, and with the 4-second gap, you do not want to be that far back. Now, Esquesta feels like he's slowing down a little bit. Yeah, as he heads back into the pit, that lap wasn't quick enough for his likings. Flores starts his flying lap now, heading down the main straight. Now, all we really have to watch out for here is exactly what sector times each of these players are doing. As you can see that they've used a different amount of tires. Stein is on his 3rd set, Tijn is on his 3rd set, Amund is on his 3rd set. And it's important to realize that every new set of tires you use is one less that you have during the race, which can be very important. Let me see. Tijn. Still in the pits. Flores, however, on his lap. Oh, yeah. And that is a purple sector. Can you tell me who made that one? Was it Flores?
Yeah.
A purple sector 1. Okay. That's what you want to see. If you're a driver, you want to see that sector light up purple. That means you put in the fastest sector there. Now, he's going over into sector 2. It's the longest sector, technically the most technical. If you get that one right, you can win a lot of time on your rivals. As he goes into the sweeping left, that will turn into a gradual right. He seems to take that correctly as well. He puts the purple sector in there as well. Very good to see. That's the confidence you need. Now let's see if he can round it out, because he has purple sector 1 and 2. If he can correctly finish off this lap, he should be able to overtake both Stein and Tijn. But those lap times at the top of the table are very close. Is he going to hit the 29.5s? 29.2 even.
Damn, that's a big jump up.
That is a big jump up. 0.7 seconds. This is equal machinery. He has equal tires on the other drivers. Yet he manages just to pull out a gap like that. That is impressive. He, however, doesn't have time anymore for another lap. And it's important to note that an F1 track
did not improve.
Ooh, that's not what you want to see when you're trying to qualify high up on the table, and then you see that happen. Unfortunate, but the thing is, the track gets better with every single car that drives over it. That rubber sticks to the track. It's actually programmed in the game. It stays on the track, on the racing line, and it will give you more grip. So the next driver, if you're the last driver over the track, you should have the most grip. So Stein setting in that fastest time.
No,
can he hold on to... Oh, Floris. Floris setting in that fastest time. Can he be beaten by Tijn or Stein? The tongue twister duo. Tijn, Stein, Tijn, Stein. You know? That is the question here. So you see, Sector 1 again. It seems like a driver went off there. Stein very clearly going off. Not the ideal... not ideal for that driver. That will also mean that he probably cannot improve his lap anymore. Stein will stay at a 1:29.8. He cannot. That lap is no longer improvable. He can't get back in the pits. He can't start a new lap. He might. Oh, Jari, do you think Stein might be able to finish this lap and then start a new one? My co-caster's dead. I'm not sure that he can do that. He would have to try and get it over the line right now. But as you see here, Floris in the pits right now. Tijn on his outlap. Now what's important here, Tijn wants to be the last person on track to set a lap. If he is, he'll be able to actually get the most grip out of the track. Now, we see him heading towards the last corner. He has 45 seconds left. So long as he is going into his lap, before the time runs out, he can finish that lap. And he will be. As we see him head over the line right now. Now let's see what he can put down. He's coming towards the first corner, actually. Oh, that's not how you want to take that corner, but still, very good job. Puts his foot down. He's full throttle earlier than most other cars have been able to. Now he's 0.6 behind. And that seems like the end for him as he abandons his lap. Lets Steinen on by. That is not what you want. That is not ideal. He lets Stein by him. If that's what you do on a track, you know that you've given up your lap. But Stein! Oh, as he turns his car and he almost crashes it as well. Again, not what you want to see. Can someone stop connecting and disconnecting? Jari, are you okay? He's not okay. But I think, unless I am mistaken, Shor's last person on his lap also cannot improve. Tijn has spun it. I feel like he has some damage to his car because this is very unlike him to spin it twice. Stein also spun it this lap. They both will not improve, so we already know what the starting lineup will be this race. It will be Floris starting on pole with Stein after him. Tijn starting third, Exquesta, then Shors, then Amund. A very, very interesting way to start the race. With a current champion 0.7 seconds up. He hasn't lost his edge. That's all we can really say. With Shors and Tijn. Oh, so with Stein and Tijn both crossing the pit lane. That will be qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. And we can head into the actual race. A place where strategy becomes important. Where we can see actual battles happening. The first few laps will be interesting. Who will send it down the inside? Who will send it around the outside? Who will ram him in the back? All things that are very important. We'll find out once that car hits the pits. And I think this is going to be a very interesting race. Stijn being second. Not a bad place to finish. But the gap between the second and third place so close. But the first place runner really made an impression today. So we are going to be looking at him, trying to see if he's gonna do. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah, I can.
What the fuck? Okay, it's not picking up for me yet, so I don't know if I'm actually talking.
You are.
Okay.
But you joined and then unjoined and then joined and then unjoined a couple.
Yeah,
times
yeah.
there.
I might have accidentally restarted my Discord and then problems.
Aye. That's not ideal, but not the end of the world either. Now loading complete. We are waiting for the players so we can get underway. Now, in Formula 1, first thing you have, cars. What is happening to those men? Why are they fucking... Look at him!
Yeah,
T-pose.
they're just...
They're T-posing inside of one another.
Look, they're all doing it.
Look at... Which player are we waiting for this long? This is stupid. Both Floris and Stijn have the number 2. Interesting. Not something you often see. That's okay. We don't mind, as the race will get underway in 30 seconds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you have to remember, they will line up on the grid. They will do one lap where they warm up their tires before they get going. Okay? They have to park their car. Something that's hard. They can't do the reverse thing. Not allowed. You have to make sure you nail it. And that can make a difference.
If it goes wrong, you're gonna get such a bad placement.
Yeah, if you accidentally drive too far, or if you accidentally wait too long, you're kind of fucked a little bit. But as I did not swear, so you can see all of them warming up their tires. Now, the weird worm wiggle that they do, that is just for show. I'm just kidding. They were warming up their tires when they do that. Now, things that are interesting to see, if I go to the spectator menu. First off, interval. Now, their tires. We see Floris on the hards. That's a tire you don't want to start on most of the time. If you start on hards, you'll often have way less grip than the other people. Now we see that behind him, everyone except Stijn starts on the mediums, a tire with more grip, but Stijn going for the aggressive strategy. He wants to overtake them those first few laps. You will see aggression from him. As I can move the camera to him, you will see that he has those red rimmed tires, the softs, more grip, more overtaking power, but they will die off faster. You will lose pace faster. Floris will have tires that aren't as grippy in the beginning, but will last way longer. You'll be looking at Stijn, who will be able to do about 5 really good laps on those softs, and then they'll fall off really hard. Then another 6 laps on those mediums, so 11 laps in, those mediums will be good. Floris will be looking to go a full 15 laps maybe. 16 laps on that hard tire. If something happens to him, his strategy did not pay off. And then he doesn't have an extra pair of hard tires. You only have so many pairs of tires in this game. So he has to decide his strategy, and he's chosen to go for a long run for safety, and he's going to try and do that correctly. As Stijn is backing up everyone quite a lot.
Hello?
Sorry?
Oh, Floris got kicked.
From the lobby. Could you please invite me back?
How do I invite you?
I think Stijn is actually the lobby host right now. Oh,
you've joined already.
I think I have actually.
Yeah. You're
Never mind.
at the start now.
Well,
See ya.
see you soon.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Alright. As we see those tires, and as I'm going to one time more change exactly what kind of thing. Not penalties. I want to see position change. Now that will light up. We see who starts first. We see who starts second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Let's see who gains and loses positions. Are you excited, Yari? Are you ready?
I mean, it's gonna be a very interesting start because we have 3 different compounds at the start.
At the very front. The first 3 runners all on different compounds.
If Floris cannot get a good start, he might get overtaken by Stijn immediately, and then he's gonna have Stijn breathing in his neck to just looking for a spray on the hard tires. But if he can manage to do it, he has such a good end of the race because he can go to the softs later.
As the last car parks, though, we'll see 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Those lights will hold, and it's lights out, and away we go. As we see that Tijn gets away very well. He gets in between the other 2 cars, and he is already in front before the first corner even. As we see that Floris has already lost a position way before that corner. Oh, what is going on here? Please show us more. The camera fucking up a little bit. As we see now Floris getting... Oh, and he spins!
And he spins!
Oh, Lord! Oh, and that is also a penalty, as you may not reset to track, but that is okay. That will be dealt at the end of the race. Oh,
Shors
Lord,
also
oh, Lord. Shors also spinning. Stijn also spinning. As we see that Tijn gets away and has already got a 2.5 second gap to the field. We see those tires, those softs paying off already. As no one is close to one another anymore. What a chaotic start, except all the way at the bottom, maybe.
Somehow, Floris is still in third.
Oh, Amund and Shors battling it out. Oh, as they head towards... As they head towards turn 10, as they head towards turn 10. Oh, and that is Amund getting past Shors on the inside of turn 10. As if he is Fernando Alonso, but Shors still breathing down his neck. Now, can he do something with this? What can he do? You see Shors in his POV. He's behind. Oh, as Amund goes very, very wide. And Shors accelerates. He's right behind him. Now, this is the only fight that's happening on track, but that's okay. Oh. Shors getting the better line onto the straight. Accelerating. He's right behind him. Pulls out right next to him. Gets back in the slipstream. We go into turn 1. Pulls out to the right of him. What will happen? Both brake. Amund getting a good line. Oh, and getting a better line out onto the straight. That's what you need. Now, someone has damage, I think. Stijn going into the pits. As well as Amund. Or no, Amund's also heading into the pits. Not sure why. What tires will he go for? But as we see now that a full minute and 40 seconds between Shors and Floris. Not what you want to see at all. You see that Tijn is slowly pulling out.
I mean, that's what we expect him on the soft tires. He just wants to make as much distance as he can.
Yeah.
And then he gets the free pit stop maybe.
I am, however, going to have to switch calls very quickly and tell Floris that he has a 10-second penalty, seeing as he did reset the track. So give me a second for that.
What was the story there? What happened exactly?
Wait, quiet. Floris, you have a 10-second penalty. You reset the track.
That isn't allowed?
No.
Since what?
Okay. And we're back. So, what has happened since I left? Tijn is building up that gap. He needs to build it larger than he has it right now. He needs to make use of those soft... Oh, as he locks up a little bit going into the final corner. But that's okay. He still has a 5.4 second lead over Exquesta. We see now Exquesta coming down the straight. Tijn putting in another fastest lap. A full 4 seconds slower than what he did during qualifying. You see again, the cars have a lot more fuel in them now. If you have that much more fuel, you're a lot heavier. You can't have those same top speeds. As, Jari, what's happened since I left? Yeah, he's dead. Floris. Floris slowly making up that gap to Exquesta. Slowly but surely. Oof, oof, oof. He also hindered other drivers. Short spun because of it. That is an interesting way of looking at it. I hadn't looked at it yet. Like that yet. I haven't seen that. That's a different kind of incident. That's the reason why you don't reset the track. Yeah, it is a very clear breach of the rules, as it has been in the self-driving part of the rules for very long, which is now 2 seasons ago actually. So we see him slowly but surely getting towards Exquesta, and I really want to see actually what the exact... Oh, as there is a 5-second penalty on Amund. Interesting. Something that was not wholly unexpected, but is not ideal for the driver of the Alpha Tower, as Tijn goes faster again. Just building up that gap. Almost has 10 seconds now on Excesta. He's 4 seconds or 3 actually away. So you can see the gap to the leader is astounding now. Flores, almost a full pit stop away. And as we see that the tire that they're on, 3 laps. Now the rest of the field needs to hope that tire of Tijn's slowly disintegrates underneath him. That he stops putting in those fastest laps, because if he doesn't, he will run away with this race. And those softs have paid off, starting 3rd, up into 1st now. He has his sights set on the championship. But Tijn, a driver not known for being consistent. Known for sometimes going a little too hard on the gas when it isn't needed. Now, as we see him just hitting that curb a little bit hard, steering in a little bit far, which you don't really want. Oh, as he hits towards this corner. And he seems to take that one very well. Going up into the sweeping left-right. Not a lot of interesting things going on there. As we see, the interval as well is very, very large between the different players. We will therefore not see a lot of fighting right now. What we will, however, see is Shorsvana slowly inching towards Flores. Flores, in his turn, slowly inching towards Excesta. But not very quickly. Those hards not coming into their own yet. It's a large problem that's been caused here. Stijn as well, all the way down, being followed by Amund. I feel like he's slowly pulling out. Amund on the bitter tires, 2 laps old against the 1 lap old, 1 lap wonders that they did on those tires they started with.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I fixed it, I guess. That's good now.
Yes, it is better now. As what do you think of the race right now?
I mean, pretty good performance from Tijn so far. He's making the gap. Flores surprisingly still in 3rd.
As he did spin, so he might have ruined those tires before they had a chance to actually come into their own.
Yeah. Stijn already pitted, I think, if I'm correctly, and he managed to...
Oh, as Amund is off! What can we see here? And off into the gravel trap as well. And then he spins again!
Yeah, his tires are dead. He's overheating. Again. He's overheating so much. I think he's done.
Is he trying to wreck his car?
That might be.
I think he is, as he drives the car into the wall.
He just retired.
He DNFs from the race. That is not ideal. But that will, however, bring out Sector 1, 2, and 3. Will that also be a safety car?
If that's a safety car, that might be good for Tijn, actually.
It seems like it is, as I see all drivers going very slowly. Actually, Stijn still going fast. But this is interesting. With that crash happening, there are only 5 drivers left. Very, very interesting. We see someone go into the pits.
Yeah,
that is
Tijn going in.
Of course.
It might be a virtual safety car, actually.
Might be a virtual safety car. If it is, then we also see Excesta coming in. Meaning he can go from those softs to the hards, which he will be wanting to finish this race on. He needs to, however, do a full 23 laps on those tires. That is a long, long time, as we see the Flores. Flores can continue on those tires. But he doesn't. He switches to the mediums.
Yeah, I would do the same.
Why?
All the ones in front of him are gonna swap to the hards. Maybe you can get a free pit stop now and then make up ground with the mediums because you're just quicker. And the mediums are still pretty good. They will fall off eventually, of course, but you already know it's now we already 6 laps in. It's gonna be 7 when they actually start racing again, probably. So that's, I would say that's pretty good.
It's actually a safety car.
Yeah. So I think that's the right call for him. Well, he will have the faster tire.
That is very, very interesting. As we see that a safety car is interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because it bunches up the field again. As you can see that both Stijn and Shorsvana are racing their way towards that safety car. They're going at full speeds, while the other have to try and keep those tires up to temperature. If those tires go down in temperature, because you're not driving fast enough, you're not working them enough, they will die off.
And the hards are known to be very hard to warm up.
Very hard to warm up. Flores might have done, his race might be saved here. A different problem that you might be thinking about, however, is those hards. Can they last 23 laps? Maybe. Can those mediums last 23 laps? Probably not. He will probably have to do another stop to get onto the softs. So can he get past them? Can he then punch a gap into them?
Maybe he can. But
Maybe.
it's going to be interesting because, remember, he has a 10 seconds penalty. That is not registered by the game.
Yes, he has a 10-second penalty for resetting the track. That is, however, a question that I want to ask chat. Since they were apparently not aware of the rule, it has been in the rulebook for 2 seasons now. It has never, however, been enforced with the players. Should that rule be enforced here? Or shall we put it as a general warning towards all drivers not to do that? And then, for the sake of a more interesting race, we do not enforce it here. As we see that the safety car is going to go another lap before going in. That is, again, on the one hand, better for Flores, as his tires, he can now try and warm them up, while those hards are notoriously hard to warm up. Might also be bad, because he has to work them, and those tires will die off a little bit now. These are all laps that those mediums are functioning better than the hards. But the longer those hards go, the better they will become compared to those mediums. Oh god. This is a race. But I'm not sure what I should do with the entire incident of him resetting the track. I could go into the driver's chat and ask them. That might cause too much confusion in the during the race. Yeah, what do you think?
Well, it's gonna be a question for after the race, of course.
Yes, but if he needs to think about it, and other drivers think that he has a 10-second penalty, so they don't so they stay within 10 seconds of him.
True.
That is important.
But then you already gave it, so maybe you can say, like, at the end, you get 10 seconds for another reason, because he did hinder the other players because of that.
He did hinder the other players. Yes,
I would get scared as well if out of nowhere, just like, even though it's a ghosting car, if something appears in your sight out of nowhere and you're not expecting it, you're like, whoa. And then you try to dodge it, of course. It's early in the race, so it has a lot more impact because everyone is close to each other.
You might be wondering again why we're following only really Flores here. It's because he has the onus right now to do something with those mediums. He needs to get away. As we see, if we go to Tyne's point of view, we see that the safety car is going to come in this lap.
It's gonna be interesting.
He's trying to warm up his tires. He needs to have a sufficient gap to that car that is steaming away in the distance. Now he's warming his tires. We're going to be looking at this from the point of view of Flores. We're going to see if he can do what he needs to with those mediums. What do you think the strategy is here? Back him up into turn 1?
I mean, you have to.
What if he doesn't?
There's not a lot of.
Oh, he is.
Room.
Oh, as he accelerates out of the final corner. Already on the throttle. Already he caught them off guard. Normally people are backed up into that, but now they go. As we see that the gap between Flores and Esquesta is getting smaller and smaller. He's still warming up his tires. Flores clearly doesn't feel like they have enough heat in them yet. And, oh, he's about to get overtaken by someone on the hard tire. Did that safety car take too long? Is Flores' tires dead already? Are they dead?
No,
Sector 1, there seems to have been a problem as Shores seems to have crashed, or at least stalled or gone off track. We go back to the fighting. Esquesta being hunted down by Flores. Oh, that's interesting. Flores had the better tires. You see it in the corners as well.
Was a good restart from Tijn. He probably knew Cuesta was a bit sleeping behind him because of what happens most of the time. He just starts driving the car as fast as he can over the straight.
As Flores goes for a send down into turn 1. Touches back wheels together with Esquesta. No one has damage. No incident necessarily here. Sorry, what were you saying? I was distracted by the send down into turn 10.
As I was saying, it was a good start from restart from Tijn. He took the opportunity, and he already has a 1.5 second gap so far, almost. So
Flores almost losing the back end into the penultimate corner. Now, behind Esquesta, they do not have the DRS yet. They will have that 3 laps after the safety car goes in. That is This will be the second lap. Won't have it this lap yet. If he can get past and get away, that would be good. Or does he bide his time and wait for the next lap? It seems like he fancies it this time. Pulls out to the left.
He's crawling towards
He's
him.
crawling towards him. Not fast enough as he sends it. Oh, is he trying to get a better line? Oh, and he does have a better line. He'll have a better line into the next turn as well. As we see that Exquesta gets away. But that little snap of understeer will mean he can't do it on this straight. Stays in the slipstream. As all of this is just making Tijn very happy as he builds a 1.8 second gap on the people behind him. But we see again. Oh.
Still good driving from Questa as well.
Oh, Exquesta messes up into turn 5, 6. And now that is Flores through. As that is not what you want to see.
And now Flores should just drive away with the faster tire, of course.
Well, he shouldn't just drive away. He should be trying to catch Tijn here. He is in the slipstream, right? I think he's within 2 seconds.
I mean, we will see how fast the gap closes down in these few laps coming.
But these are teammates, and I know from being a teammate of Tijn in season 1, he does not respect you. I remember an incident where in Austin, he had a 3-second penalty. I was on mediums that were 6 laps older than his hards. And he still tried to pass me in that last lap. And then I just let him by. Stayed within 3 seconds and I got the position back. But he could have bonked us both into the wall there. We see Flores coming up to him. It'll probably take only one more lap for him to get close enough to actually strike at Tijn. Oh, as we see that gap closing even more. He won't have DRS yet, but if he can stay close enough, he'll have it next lap. And he needs to be able to use that. Because those tires won't last forever. And Tijn is probably hoping to try and finish this race on those hards. He needs to put pressure on him. He needs to force him into an error.
The gap is closing quickly. It's already down to 1.1.
Can he get the DRS onto this straight? Can he get close enough? He has DRS if he stays within that 1 second right now. Oh, he goes back up.
He does not get it.
He doesn't seem to have got it, but we'll see if that rear wing opens. Does it open here? We'll see it right now. Does it? It does not. Tijn had the exact right gap to be able to not give DRS on this straight. Meaning that Flores stays outside that 1 second window. Now, can he keep him at an arm's length again onto that back straight?
In this last few corners, he catches up so quickly, as you can see. Like, he's in the second now. Afterwards, he can make this corner so much better. And then it's the straight. It's down to 8 seconds or
as we see Stijn also fighting with Exquesta behind. Will he get back as well? That's another fight we have to watch here. He's even closer. But Flores heading onto that straight. With Tijn. Tijn feeling him breathe down his neck. Weaving out onto the rest of the... Oh, and that's the fastest lap as well. Not what you want to see when you're Tijn. Flores will get DRS onto this second straight as well. As we see behind them, coming down the straight, Stijn will also get that DRS onto Exquesta. Now, coming down the... Oh. He has DRS here. Still doesn't get close enough. It seems like those mediums are already starting to fall off compared to the hards.
Maybe he's playing it safe, right?
But you can't do that with the strategy he's gone for. You can't play it safe when you have those hards up against you in the front. Oh, as he comes within 0.5 seconds, so much more grip through that corner. Heading down into turn 10, we saw him send it onto Exquesta here before. Will he send it again? No, he plays it safe, but he's right behind him now. 0.5 seconds. He will have the DRS going into this straight. Will he send it down the next one? As we see Exquesta and Stijn in the background fighting it out. As they go side by side into the next corner. Oh, Stijn. Oh, has a look down the inside. Doesn't do anything yet as we go back to Tijn and Flores.
Yeah, Questa went wide.
Questa went wide.
Look, Stijn took the position.
Picks up that
position. But Stijn also goes a bit wide, but he managed to stay ahead of him.
That is very good to know as I'm still watching Tijn and Flores battling it out. 0.4 seconds separating them as they head into that straight. We see a little wiggle from Tijn. Not what you want as Flores. Now within 0.4 seconds, what will happen? How will they do this? As he has a look, he will still have DRS onto this next straight. This is very important. Now, how does he play it? He takes a line, and it seems like Tijn pulls out there, having a slightly better exit out of turn 1 and 2, creating a gap onto the straight with DRS again, fending him off. And now we see in the background, this fight between Tijn and Floris is causing Stijn to be able to catch up. Now this is going to be very interesting to see. As we see again, Floris getting within 0.6. He will have DRS after turn 10. How close can he get? We've seen historically him taking turn 10 a lot better than Tijn does.
We do have to also remember that Stijn still has to pit for another lap tire, probably, because he is on 10 laps hard.
With that logic, Floris will also have to do that.
No, but maybe the mediums can hold on, but I think the hards will eventually just drop too much time, and it's just better to swap to the quicker tire. I would just go to softs in the last.
Oh, as we see, someone is off. Is that Excesta again? Excesta off Sivana.
And his
Catching up
tires
to him now.
Probably overheating.
These tires are very much overheated. As we see Shorst now passing him as well. That is not what you want as you go back to Floris on the main straight. We see another gap has been created. Stijn trying to chase the two in front of him down, but not seeming to get any closer. As we see again, heading out onto this straight. Stijn gets a better launch out of turn 2 over turn 3 and builds another little gap that the DRS that Floris has will help with, but you see here, you see those mediums are starting to fall off, missing the apex this time. He's within the slipstream still. He might be able to get close. As we see a spin from Floris, and that is not what you want to see. And with the penalty he already has, that might very well be game. But Stijn, Stijn crashing into Floris, unsafely coming back onto the track. That 5-second penalty for a collision might have to be stricken from Stijn and given to Floris instead, because that was not a safe comeback onto track. And drama unfolds. Just imagine if we had like 6 more players in this race, it would be super interesting. But now we see, where are we? Oh, I want to go over here. Excesta, Sivana, they will be fighting. You see he's not within DRS yet. Very interesting. Stijn will probably have to head into the pits now. With Tijn pulling out again. Doesn't lock up. Keeps it neat and tidy. Stijn heading down that back straight. No front wing. Will have a little bit more power. But either way, Robbie, thank you for the sub. You see Stijn will have to head. You see again, he doesn't have the front wheel. He doesn't have the traction. He doesn't have the grab that he needs from his front wing. So he will head into the pits here. And as we see Floris also heading into the pits. What tires will he put on now? What does he have left to be able to do here?
I think Floris goes for another set of mediums, right? Yeah.
He goes for another set of mediums.
And then we'll just finish the race on those. Or try to at least.
And he is held in his pit box. That looks like a 5-second penalty to me. Looks like he's taken a 5-second penalty already. You see Shorst chasing down.
Oh, no. Floris out of the race.
Floris is out of the race. He retired. Or is he out onto the track again now?
No, I don't know what happened really.
He seems to be driving.
Yeah, but I cannot go to spectate him. He might have disconnected or...
And Stijn now bumping into the back of Floris again. Seems like another disconnect.
I mean, I think the car is retired now, yeah. Might be a bug in the game.
Well, that never happens in these games, so let's go to Shorst, trying to chase down Excesta.
I mean...
Patrick. Oh. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, it's really sad for Stijn. He bumped into Floris and he just got a new wing and it's already broken. He has to pit again.
As we see what now will probably be a very boring 14 laps with 20 seconds between Tijn and Excesta. 36 seconds between Shorst and Stijn. Probably going to be rather uninteresting as we see that Shorst is trying to chase down Excesta. If Excesta can get a gap here as well, then Oh, I see this is a done deal. You can tire it up, bow and a ribbon, and as we see him lock up into turn 1, that will be a 2-second gap, I think, coming off race gas tower. No, he gains time off that. How do you figure? Oh, it locks up again. Is that a bug with the game? He seems to be winning time every time he locks up.
Oh, he's doing the esports strategy here.
Yeah, the esports strategy. Brake so hard
Yeah.
your tires lock up every single corner. Brilliant. As we see a little
Yeah.
wiggle coming up from his Skesta.
Yeah, as I thought, Stein again in the pit to get a new front wing. He also swaps to soft tires, I see.
The only tires he has left, if he wants to try and get back, I think he's going to try and drive towards the rest of the pack, hope one of them spins, and then tries to get past him. But there's 14 laps left. I don't know if you can do 14 laps on softs, but I certainly can.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I think 9 laps on 50% is doable, but after that, it's gonna be very interesting if he can get these tires still working compared to the hards, because the hards will just, I would be quicker after 9 laps.
And see Shorts coming close again onto the straight now. 1.4 seconds behind. See the toe being broken by Excesta. And Tijn just pulling out. He could basically do another pit stop onto softs if he wants to make the race interesting, but most likely will not do that. As we actually see that Tijn is heading towards the back of Stein. That is a back marker. Will they fight? Will he let him by correctly? What will happen here? See that Stein has softs himself. Hopefully can drive away. See Shorts once again chasing down Excesta. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there. Heading down. Take the corner. Oh, that looked very dodgy, but doesn't seem to have been. Where is he? Goes down. Oh, again. A little bit of a spin on the backside. A little bit of that spin. He goes down and he spins like this. That's not good. It's not the traction you want. You want to be stable. You want to hit the asphalt and go.
Yeah, it seems that Stein has actually created a small gap for himself towards Stein, so Stein does not increase his lead even more with DRS on the back marker.
We do see that there's a large disparity in skill or drive or anything between Tijn and the rest of the drivers here. As it becomes very, very interesting to see how everyone is competing here. Damn. Oh, what a race. What a race. We had a very good first 14 laps. And now, just like most Formula 1 races, the gaps have solidified. And I don't think there's going to be much to do or say about this one.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season if it goes like this. Then
Well, if we drive next week,
nah.
it's Spa. Got an extra 2 drivers in there. Might make it more interesting. You know?
I mean, more drivers will always make it more interesting, right?
That is very true. That is very, very true. Yes.
But
Let's
every
see.
year
Stan's
we have
in the fastest
these few racers that are just better than the rest than us. So they just
That's very true. I got second last year. I can compete, maybe, hopefully. Have to put in more time, but the question is, do we have that? Do we have that time, that drive, that devotion?
well, me for sure not this year. Otherwise, I think we would both be driving in this race. So
Most likely, yes. Very much most likely, yes. But streaming it is not too bad either. You gotta relax, get a cup of coffee.
I mean, that's true.
Have some salted nuts. What are your opinions on salted nuts?
Yeah, I think you should wash them. You're welcome.
I meant like cashew nuts.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't like nuts, so it doesn't matter for me. It's I don't have to eat them, so my opinion doesn't matter.
Not irrelevant of the nuts.
Because I would just rate them dog shit.
Okay.
But let's look at Tijn. That is, it seems to be slowly catching up to Stijn again on the hards.
If Tijn can manage to punch out a good 24 seconds, he'll have a very safe pit stop. And then he can go to mediums,
Yep.
he can go to anything he would like.
I think he probably goes back to softs if he still has one set left. Maybe a not as damaged one or worn down one as that he used in qualifying.
Even
So
then,
that-
though, they often have a lot less grip than a fully unused one.
Yeah, but it should be fine. If it's only for a few laps, then it should be fine. The temperature should be at least a bit quicker into the tire, so he gets up to his maximum pace. But maybe we get another spin. We don't know. Maybe someone will crash because Cuesta and I think Cuesta so far had spun already a few times, right? So let's hope he does not. But if that happens, it might be a podium
Tijn
for
heads into the
Stores.
pits, thinking
Yeah.
he has a large enough gap.
I think
This
he
is
has as well.
This will either be his saving grace or the end of his race, seeing as he goes onto the mediums now.
No, should
Zero
be
lap
fine.
mediums. He has new mediums for the next 9 laps.
But look,
Ugh.
Cuesta still has to come out of the last corner.
Oh
Yeah,
god, that is a large gap then.
yeah, he has a.
Now the one thing you have to remember here is that those mediums will be cold. That means that he doesn't have grip on them yet.
Oh, it's gonna be close actually.
Excesta coming down. He has to defend now. He'll give DRS to Excesta even.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, but Excesta getting close now. Knowing that his tires are currently in a slightly better window than those mediums. But halfway through the lap, those mediums will start to be warmed up again. We'll see. It might already be that way. 14 old lap hards versus new mediums. I think he's going to
Yeah.
run away with the race again on those mediums.
That's a really good pit stop from Tijn.
That's a very good pit stop, yeah.
It seemed to be getting close at the end of the pit lane, but it didn't matter. He was the gap was too big in the end, so.
Very true, very true. We will have to do an interview with him after the race to be able to get into his head, to know why he did the strategies he chose, who he liked battling with the most, and what exactly he thought of the race, and what he hopes for the rest of the season. Because it looks like utter domination right now, with Excesta being very close, but those 14-lap-old mediums will not be able to keep up with those new... those 14-lap-old hards will not be able to keep up with those mediums. There's not an easy way to say that. Other than they simply won't be able to. This Tijn breaks slipstream. Excesta very close now. Actually getting close enough to strike. We might have a race on our hands. Tijn's pit stop.
Tijn is slow. Oh, what happened to Tijn?
Did he do something? Did he mess up somewhere? What happened?
I don't know.
I think... Did Tijn give himself DRS?
Oh, he
He
gave
gave
himself
himself DRS to be able to defend. What an absolute lesson. We talked about it in qualifying. This is what you do on this track. Into turn 1. You get behind the driver behind you. you make sure you slow down just that little bit so when you pass the DRS detection line, you're behind them. And then you accelerate out, get back in front of them, have the DRS to get away. But is Exquesta close enough right now to be able to get to 10?
But
1.3 seconds. He'll be able to get away again.
I didn't see what happened. He had the gap already. I didn't think Questa was in DRS, and out of nowhere, Tijn just almost standing still in the start-finish line. Straight. It's just
Peculiar.
maybe playing a bit with his
prey.
with his prey. Yeah,
with a cat and mouse game right here. You never know.
But yeah, he already made another gap.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see if it happens again. Maybe Questa just does have more top speed. The time goes down again. Maybe a bad exit from the last corner from Tijn and a good straight from Questa. Yeah, let's see what happens now. It's not in DRS for sure.
Not in DRS, but close enough to be a little bit scary. But we see that Tijn is probably just coasting those mediums towards the end. He knows that the person behind him is on 16 lap old hards. He knows those hards can't be very good anymore. He knows all he has to do is finish this race.
Yeah, it's already up to 2 seconds now. I think that's just he just walks away with it now. Shore's going to softs now because he got a free pit stop because of Stijn so far behind.
Oof. That is quite interesting. You can try and go for that fastest lap again. I don't currently know what it's at, but not a bad idea. Really, in that one extra point can come in handy very well down the season. With 8 races in this season, 7 more to go after this, we're in for a doozy.
So that's fastest sector 2 for Tijn as well. I
For
think
Tijn,
he also got fastest sector 1. So
that might be a new fastest lap coming in then.
yeah.
He's trying to prepare us for it. Sector 2, there
Ooh,
seems to be
sector
something
2,
wrong with Shores.
Shores.
Oh, he seems to have spun. Not what you want to see here. He seems to not have any damage to his car, but the fastest lap coming in for Tijn, a 1:31.9.
Questa going in for a pit stop.
An extra. Oh, Questa going for pit stop. What kind of tires will he be putting on?
Yeah, I think he will go to the softs as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
they got
goes to
Art
the
just gonna
softs.
try.
Oh, that is an interesting
The war
choice.
for the fastest lap is on.
The war for the fastest lap is on indeed. There is enough seconds between all of the drivers. They could probably do a pit stop and not be within each other's range, but we have to see here. We have to make sure.
Maybe Tijn will go in as well.
I
for
wouldn't
another.
put it past him. There's 25 seconds. Tijn going on to some new softs right now. Although he did use those softs at the beginning of the race. That is the one disadvantage that he is under. Again, he will be pulling in 4 more points than Exquesta, regardless. But there sure is something to be said about this. As we see, Exquesta trying to set the fastest lap. As we can look at his sector times now as well, to try and see if he puts in something special, if he puts in something new. Exquesta.
Oh,
Sector 2?
Shore spun.
Sure spun again, and that's not what you want to see. On those 1 lap old softs. Maybe trying to warm him up. Not very comfortable on them yet. Again, not what you want to see though. You see him have a little wiggle out of that corner. Stijn another 30 seconds behind him.
Questa second fastest sector.
Oh. Now that
But
is
is it
interesting.
gonna be enough?
Well, Tijn doing sector 1. Will we be able to see? Tijn
No, it
sector
won't.
1.
Actually, it doesn't matter because Questa just pitted. He's gonna be a 154 or something.
He just pitted. No, he didn't.
Yeah. No, his laps are just 1 lap old now. Now he's gonna try for a fastest lap, I think.
Ah, that's very good. Yes, true. Very, very true. It's Tijn. He's bringing the car home. Seems like he's slowing down a bit as well.
I mean, he doesn't need to make any more mistakes, right? He can take out the pace a bit.
But as we see that he didn't make any mistakes, a driver known for making them. Very, very interesting to see that he has refined his craft. Last 2 seasons, a little bit rough for him. Last 2 seasons, not always as consistent as he would hope to be, but now, in that Red Bull, we hope to not caster curse him, but he looks to be bringing it home.
Yeah. Let's see how Questa's lap is going. I think he got the confirmation for fastest sector 1 so far. Let's see if he can get sector 2 and sector 3 as well.
Well, let's see. As discussed, seeing sector 2 minus a second on that one.
Yeah,
he's down 2 seconds in total. That should be a new fastest lap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 1:29 or something.
A 1:29. That's what he's supposed to put in qualifying, but let's see. 1:26, 7, 8, almost over the line. 30, 31. That's a new fastest lap. A 1:31.2. As we can see, he was 2 seconds faster than his last fastest lap, and well, the fastest laps are very close. 0.6 seconds between them. Now, Tijn, does he want to try and push now? Well, what is he going to try and do here?
I think Tijn should just finish his race. He's so far ahead.
He should, but does he get greedy? Does he try and put in a better lap? I could see him doing it. He's in sector 2 right now. Let's see if he goes down after that sector. So he turns in. Turns the corner again. Exiting sector 2, we'll be able to know if he's going for it or not. Plus 0.6. That doesn't look like a car. That does not look like a car that is trying to go for the fastest lap. He might be trying to prepare, but...
Stijn going into pit again. For a new soft... Stijn is now gonna try to take a shot at fastest lap, it seems.
Well, getting lapped. Interesting. Plus 1 second. Tijn on his own fastest lap. That's not what you want to see, but leading the race this comfortably, you don't really care, I think. So Tijn taking the first corner. Now let's see, because I think Tijn is a driver that will go for it. Will throw it. As we can see, if he's trying, by the time he sets it in sector 1, if it's only a little bit above or below that fastest time that he already has. Plus 1 second. No, that is someone who is very much trying to bring the car home.
Yeah, I would do the same.
Yeah.
It's 1 point extra. Don't risk it all.
Don't risk it all. 1 point extra. But then again, who are you under threat from? If you spin, what is going to happen?
I mean, you don't know if you hit a wall and your car just has to retire. Then it means no points. So now it's only missing 1. I would just drive safely and bring it home.
Very true.
It's a 24-second gap. He doesn't even need to push right now. It does seem he is actually just cruising it back home for him.
I would understand as well. He has plus 1.6 seconds. He can do that in every sector, and he'll still arrive first over the finish line. He can get a 10-second penalty twice, still arrive first over the finish line. As this is the kind of dominance that we have not come to expect since Kulerico was here. That was a season ago, season 1. Flawless DNFing from this season. Opening race. Something, again, not heard of. But interesting nonetheless.
So let's look at the Stijn's lap right now. Because he's probably gonna try for the fastest.
He might very well. He's down 0.3 on his own time. Now into sector 2.
But it's not fastest so far. Maybe he can still make it. But
maybe. We'll have to see. He needs a banging second sector, but I don't feel like he's nailed that one as well as Tijn did in the last run. Or as well as Exquesta did before. His tires are just as old as Exquesta's were. He just has a slight bit of less fuel in his car. So he has gotten lapped by Tyne, but if you're last in the race, that doesn't matter that much. As he's down 0.5 on himself, I don't think that will be enough. But if he can get DRS on Tyne this lap, then he can put in a fastest lap. Don't think Tyne will give him the satisfaction though. Only 2 laps left. With those softs getting older and older. As we see what kind of time puts in, a 1:32.3. Not close enough. As we see, Exquesta off. And in what way? Not any lethal way, but enough to maybe put a scare in him. If he damaged his car very badly there, Shorts could be close on his heels, 20 seconds away. If you manage to lose 20 seconds a lap, you are done for. Even with only 2 laps to go. Tyne trying to bring it home. Again, just coasting down to the finish line. As he turns the corner, heads down the straight. It looks as if he's fine.
Yeah, it's nothing much seems to be happening on track so far now. So
no, not since lap 13. We've been waiting quite some time actually for some more action.
yeah, it was interesting for that the people went for the fastest lap attempt. Give them respect, but yeah, they all had 3 pit stops on each other, so
yeah,
it's
that is a
it's
problem.
always worth
Tyne
a
is
try.
seeming to go into the pits. For what reason?
Yeah, but he cannot. Oh, he's
he goes
going
for inters. He's going for
trolling
the
mode.
for the BM. He is going. We like to see it here. You might throw away your whole race, but are you gonna give 36 seconds to the person behind you? He's gonna give him a chance. Those will be cold. Those are tires not made for dry conditions. Those are made for when it rains. How will he be coming out? We see Exquesta behind him on softs coming down the main straight. He's gonna hand in 20 seconds most likely. Nah, it's still 32. We see that's closing quickly. 18, 16, 15. Oh, we have a last lap banger. Can he catch him? As he doesn't have a lot of grip. Tyne knows it as well. Keeping the revs down. Keeping it all down. Let's go into his POV. Or is it starting to rain? Did I miss something? It doesn't feel like it to me. It feels to me like he's going for a BM move, but will that actually cost him? He's already given 3 seconds since we last checked. This corner will be crucial. Does
If
he
he
give
spins here, and it's over.
It will be over, yes, but he hands in another second. Then accelerates down the straight. Apparently those intermediates are very good. We like to see BM, but this is of another level. If we see him taking the corner.
Yeah,
Taking the corner to the right.
it stabilized around 13 seconds actually. That's quite surprising to see.
Esquesta could have pushed. Kind of is. As he starts weaving a little bit. Will he do a donut before the finish as well? I could see him do it. Wreck his car and then not finish. Oh, as he rounds the last corner.
Nah, he got it.
He's going to try and spin it, isn't he?
No, I don't think so.
And we have our first winner of the season.
Yeah.
Tyne de Wit winning at Bahrain round 1. With Exquesta going to be coming in second. Going to come over the line right now. Slowing down just a little bit. Just the BM on shorts. Who's coming down that back straight.
Yeah, nice. He did a spin.
And we'll put it sideways onto the straight.
Yeah, no, that's just the AI taking over.
That's the AI taking over. You see Shorts now bring it home, and that will let Tyne. As he also skids it.
Nah,
he was finished already. He
yeah.
brought it home in style, and as we see the last person, Tyne, making it. Not in sector 3 yet. Going to go into there right now. As you see, just gently bring it home. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I think This might be an interesting season. Now remember, you can always join if you like. If you'd like to join, this is a Dutch student association thing. I don't know how to describe it. That was good, right, Yadi?
No.
You can always join, though. We have them every week on Tuesday at 8. And we'll have 7 more, so if you join now, you might still be able to clutch the title from Tijn. But as we see him walk down, I'm pretty sure the podium celebration will be all on him. As I will ask him if he would like to join. And he cannot join for an interview, but we see the celebrations on stage anyway. Tijn in the Red Bull jacket with 3 different cars on the podium, something you don't often see. Adrian Newey in the background. Yeah. And well, that certainly was a race, and we hope to see you back next week. So if you'd like to race, if you'd like to drive, please contact us and we'll make sure you can. See you guys later, and hope you enjoyed the stream.